Hey the Ranger fam, Dr. Zero here again, and today we're here to talk about Power Rangers Dino Fury Episode 9, Cut Off. This is the first of the 3 episodes that have premiered exclusively on Netflix for the first half of the season. This is actually rounding off the first half of the season, so this is interesting. Definitely new times we're in, because these episodes have not come to Nickelodeon yet. We don't know if we're going Netflix exclusive from here on, or if they'll come to Nickelodeon closer to the fall or the end of summer, but who knows. For now, we're just here to talk about the episode. So, episode 9 is an episode that focuses on my boy Ali, which my boy hasn't really had that many focus episodes. And to be honest, this one was decent. Like, it wasn't good, it wasn't bad, it was just decent. The core story is that the Rangers go camping out in the woods. Ali loves his technology. His technology, it kind of clouds his camping mind state, right? Everyone's like, well, just use nature when you're camping. You don't need all this tech. But Ali's like, yeah, I do. It helps make things better, which leads to some comedic moments with Zato getting trapped in a hammock. And then later on, they find out that Void Knight, Mucus, and the monster, the Sporks of the week called Rustafa, they are trying to use this weather balloon type thing and put it in the sky to kind of EMP like the signals of various tech, except for Ollie's. I wasn't too sure how that worked exactly. I guess it wasn't necessarily EMPing tech in general, but it was blocking out signals. There we go. So the Rangers could no longer teleport, and they couldn't communicate with Solon back at the base. So Void Knight and his team used that as a way to block the Rangers from quickly getting back to the city, and then Void Knight and his team went back to the city and managed to get 3 whole Sporks. Like, I was proud of them. Void Knight is following up on his promise last episode of being smarter, being better, being stronger, kind of, and acting quicker. And I was very happy to see that. Like, I was honestly cheering on Void Knight. And in the episode, Zato notes in the episode that Void Knight and Izzy and Javi have been asking about Void Knight. They've met once in Stego Search, but they didn't actually get to fight him. He just teleported in and teleported Boom Tower and Mucus out of the area. But other than that, they haven't really gotten a one-on-one face-off with him. Actually, no one has, because he hasn't really been present that much since episode 1 and 2. But yeah, so they actually got to fight him in this episode, and it was a good fight. Initially, I really thought Void Knight was going to lose the fight and lose the Sporks. And I'll be lying if I said that it didn't make me a little bit anxious. Like, I wanted him to get those Sporks beats because I want to see what happens with Santara. Like, I really want to see her get out of that stasis tube or whatever it is and see where they go with that plot line. Plus, I just want to see Void Knight act a little bit smarter. I like smart villains. They're cool. But yeah, I thought he was going to lose, but this man was kicking ass. He was kicking ass the whole fight. He earned his role as the main villain of the season in that small little fight. And the fact that this man said, "Oh no, you've beaten me. Psych," and he teleported away. Woo! He got me. He definitely got me there. We also saw a new Megazord formation, the Fortress formation for the Megazord, where the 3 primary Rangers form like a fortress out of their Zords, and they use that to kind of stave off the attacks from Rustafa, which was interesting. The Zord fight in general this episode was pretty interesting, had some nice angles to it. I'm honestly, as someone who doesn't really enjoy more of the modern day Zord fights, I'm really enjoying what Dino Fury has to put out for those fights. Speaking of which, honestly, the best part of this episode were the fights in general. Like, I'm not really a fan of modern day Power Ranger fights. I honestly think that a really good high point for Power Ranger fights was from Lightspeed Rescue to Wild Force. It had a very experimental feel there, and like where it was all kind of fully realized in Forever Red, with the wire fu and the kind of lack of music in some of these fights to kind of add emphasis to them and the camera angles they used. And then the Disney seasons with Ninja Storm through I want to say Jungle Fury because the RPM fights were kind of iffy with the shaky cam, but Ninja Storm through Jungle Fury also had some really good fights. I think that was really the best time period for being a choreography fan for Power Ranger fights because of the wire techniques and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the fights in this episode were very, very good, and I'm kind of excited to see more good fights from my Dino Fury team. Like this is bravo, definitely a bravo to them. We got to see all the Rangers do their own little things, and that made me happy. It was a really good fight. But honestly, yeah, there's really not much to talk about for this episode. Not much happened. Yeah, really not much happened. They went camping. That's pretty much it. I'm not complaining about a short review. That's that's pretty much it. So yeah, let's get on to the questions of the week. Really, there's only one question. Void Knight, as I mentioned before, they got their 3 Sporix beasts, and Void Knight mentions at the end of the episode that they plan to use it for something, right? If they're not going to, if obviously it's not going to be enough to power up the the container to, I guess, maybe help Sontar get revived. What is Void Knight's plan here? What does he plan on using the powered up Sporix piece for? Also, I thought so. Void Knight and then captured the Sporix before they had the chance to actually change its monsters and then get defeated. Void Knight mentions in the second episode, or not Void Knight, but Zato mentions in the second episode that Sporix beasts are stronger after they're defeated. So I'm like, I mean, wouldn't it have been smarter to let the Sporix beast actually hatch and then defeat it before the Rangers got there, so that you have the powered up form instead of the normal form? I don't know. I feel like, yeah. Well, I guess for safety reasons, Void Knight just wanted to get in, get out, get things done really quick. But yeah, that's really that's my only question for the week this week. But yeah, it was an okay episode. That's pretty much it. Let me know what y'all thought in the comment section below. As always, mask up, get your vaccine, do what you can to stay safe out there. And I hope you have a good week, and join me as I review episode 10 later on this week. Peace.